Hi everybody, here's Christian, and this is Teamwork Cast.
Life is a never-ending stream of disappointments.
Come on, you just gotta fly your troubles away, Shepard.
Lower your expectations.
What is the current... This is our Let's Play of Monsters and Generations. Shepard is mad because of the last quest didn't suit his needs. Perhaps the new quest will show him some joy. What is the new quest today?
It's the worst trip ever!
Yay!
We're gonna hunt the Ian Garuga. Some questions wound his wing talons. It's from the Greenhorn Hunter. I think I was a little too ambitious to try climbing the volcanic hollow. I forgot my cool drinks and ran out of stamina. Worst of all, I was attacked by a Yiga Garuga. Somebody help me, please! It sounds like Christian for getting hot drinks.
Definitely, I brought
cool
hot
drinks.
drinks. Cool drinks.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's my future me who is much wiser, helping my past me who is a stupid jerk.
I didn't expect to be in this zone. Well, I don't think he goes into any of the hot areas, does he?
He starts in 7, if I remember right.
So, let's get a little bit political, guys.
Okay.
I'm not going to go straight too far. We're going to keep it lighthearted for now. Okay. But something that is, of course...
small countries with no... talk about New Zealand politics?
No, I'm talking about American politics.
Oh, okay.
Because, obviously, a very certain person is about to become president in America, and that's obviously a big issue. And that person kind of is behaving very different from most of the presidents of America did before.
You could say that without too much.
You could say that, but this now I'm gonna rein it back in and not to get too far into the discussion by bringing it to a lighthearted note into it and ask you guys. So, if you became the president of America, what would you do?
I'd be chilling out with the Japanese president or the prime minister, probably.
You would just chill out with them?
Yeah.
I would.
Let's try and make things right.
Yeah.
I know things have been real good for both of our countries for a while, but let's make a utopia based on anime and Monster Hunter.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good idea.
Well, it would be that controversial.
Yeah.
There's many presidents that have done a much worse job than that. If I could at least get all the Monster Hunters brought over, be like, look, Monster Hunter, simultaneous worldwide releases, or we're taking out our military.
Yeah.
Make a choice. Make a choice, Japan.
Basically, creating world peace through the medium of Japanese video games.
That's it. And no more of this moe anime. It's just weird and creepy.
Yeah.
All right, just get rid of that.
Well,
right.
I don't think they would be down with that, though.
Well, this isn't a negotiation.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not a weak president.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing what's right for the people.
Yeah. There has to be some changes.
Them.
You can't expect freedom and nobody change, right?
No, I mean, you got the freedom to speech, but you're talking like a dumbass with all that moe crap. Come on, get it out of here. Nobody wants to see that. Yeah, I turn on Crunchyroll expecting to see hot-blooded anime. I see like a million different booby animes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
What's wrong with boobies?
Nothing, but like, that's not the point.
You don't understand.
I'm here to, I want to watch. There's plenty of content out there for boobies, all right? There's no shortage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm off on my soapbox.
Let us segregate the enemies.
All right, I'm off my soapbox. How about you, Cthulhu? What would you do?
I would immediately find somebody more qualified because
It's like you guys made some sort of mistake.
Because the only thing I would do would be make education and healthcare free.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
that's all. I've been screwed over by both of those.
Yeah,
so
probably a good idea. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, certainly the European countries have figured it out.
Yeah, well,
it can't be impossible.
They're about to unfigure this out.
It comes with cost. That's the thing. It's nice to say, but with the structures that we have in place, it would come with a very high
The
cost.
thing that I can't wrap my mind around is, like, do they just have, like, a lot less spending money in Europe? People just not doing much?
It's very high taxes in Europe.
Yeah, so, like, where's all their money? Like, do they just have, like... And, like, their games are more expensive. Like, does, like, a person in Great Britain buy, like, 3 games a year?
It's I don't know. I think the general life that you lead is just different. You don't buy as much stuff.
Is that it?
The house you live in is way smaller.
That is very true. Like, I don't know.
I've got...
Like, the house... So, my house that we live in for me and my wife and my daughter, so 3 of us, so it would be like a 2-bedroom place, but we live in effectively a 4-bedroom house. Like, that's not something like someone would do in Europe. For a number of reasons.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's. I think it's difficult to compare. It's just the lifestyle, your life ideas are very different. But it's true. I think that what's happening currently in America and the way where you, I think people in America are overpaying especially for healthcare.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting screwed over by
Yeah, well, the recent legislation, like it or hate it, has, I think, increased costs.
Yeah.
Well, at least to most people's premiums. I mean, it's the plans. Plans are not as good as they used to be, and they're also more expensive.
I mean,
but at the same time, it covers
but a lot more people are covered, which is great. Yeah. It's just like, it sucks because whatever the plan was going to make it so that it should have theoretically been cheaper because you had people getting taken care of.
The only way to make it truly cheaper is to put the cost directly in, like, a national tax, unfortunately, but that's not something...
Yeah, I think there should just be government plan available to everyone. I mean, that was the initial theory, was that, you know, the same plan that the government employees have will be available to everybody to sign on as. I thought that sounds perfect. Because that would be the biggest negotiating
The Republicans will fight tooth and nail to make sure that never happens.
Well, I mean, that very well could have put many insurance companies out of business.
Yeah.
So that's likely why it.
Well, and that's the thing for the way the U.S. economy is set up for both school and education. If we ever went to a national pay-air system for both of those, it would destroy so many companies who both operate,
and that's
for private schools and all of the for private hospitals. Like, it's
that way for so many things. Like our war on drugs. I mean, that makes so many jobs.
Yeah.
You know, prisons and police officers and judges and lawyers. You know, it's big money.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that selling the drugs is a lot of money. I mean, it's like being involved in, like, prosecuting or defending the drug trade is a lot of money. You know, it's huge.
Yep.
But there's a lot of disruptive technologies nowadays, though. I mean, geez, look at Uber. I mean, they've got their own set of issues, but still, I mean, it's hard to say that, you know, the taxis can justify the price that they've been charging all these years when it's done so much cheaper.
Well, it turns out that all that money was required to bring, like, financial safety to the people who are employed.
Yeah. So
no, I mean, it's screwed up.
To be honest,
but they're just going to get replaced with robots.
So the high cost for taxis was because taxi services maintain their vehicles as a cost, and basically insurance, everything like that. And the only reason Uber is so cheap is because Uber prices their rate as if those things aren't things that need to be covered, and so
dude, I'm down with it. It's an abusive company for sure.
Yeah.
I would not want to be an Uber driver.
Also,
that is not good times.
Uber is basically a step to because once self-drivable cars come out, you just know that nobody will.
Uber's already
been invested tons of money in that specifically because of that. They're like, you know, why?
Robots are taking our jobs. That's what I'm saying.
I know. No. Close.
I would probably, like, boost the budget of NASA by, like, 1,000%.
Clearly priorities.
I would
every
take
time
the money
NASA comes out with something, it improves civilian life in some way.
I would take the money that America invested in F-32 35. This.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Just take.
To be honest,
nobody
the
will
US
fly planes anymore. Everything's drones now. So take that money and put it into like space shuttles. Get us to Mars now.
It's one of those things that's ridiculous. The U.S. military budget is just absurd because, I think there was and whether it's true or not, I can't say. But there's an article I read I think it was like last year. There's like the U.S. military is currently anywhere from 10 to 30 years ahead of every other country in the world, depending on which one you're talking to,
Nice.
as far as our military tech goes. So why do we continue to spend over a third of our budget on the military?
Want to get that number up to 40.
Yeah.
Also, it's the same that you guys mentioned. That's a business. People's jobs depend on it now. If you don't keep producing those tanks.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a big part. Like, that's one of those things. Like, the reason why the U.S. has more tanks sitting around idle than we actually have in use. Because if we were to shut that
combine
down,
that with Uber.
yeah,
Drive people around in tanks. Perfect.
we literally build tanks to go sit in a lot that will never actually be used because of the fact that if we don't, we lose a ginormous chunk of manpower that would have to retrain in the future if we ever did need them.
So that's
That's
what I'm
really
saying. Like,
bizarre.
make those people just build space shuttles all day.
But you can't, though, because they require different skills.
I know. We're gonna have to change our ways.
So we need to put rocket boosters on our tanks. I don't see
Yes.
where the problem is.
Because let's be honest, like, if we were to weaponize space, we wouldn't need tanks.
So I'm gonna tell you about this thing called the Sea Dragon. Just saying, it's a giant rocket that could be manufactured in a submarine dock. It's just made out of cast iron. It's a dumb booster. There were plans for this. They scrapped it because it would kill everybody who was close enough to it to watch the launch, because it was so big. But if you could make it work, then that would be amazing. You could launch a lot of things into space. All I'm saying is I'm with Elon Musk. We need to become a multi-planetary species, or we won't survive this.
I'm cool with him. I'm down with Elon, man.
Yeah,
That guy's got it going on.
yeah.
Yeah, I think of course, solar power. I would like immediately, like day one, invest everything possible into making sure that like any patent trolls and stuff like that would be removed as just like a matter of national security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really
Get rid
world
of-
security. I mean, every year that goes by when we're not fully capitalizing on literally free, essentially free energy.
There's a
And-
giant reactor in the sky.
Just sitting there, staring at us in
Are
the
you-
damn face.
Are you going to replace your roof with the solar roof?
Oh man.
When it's affordable, I absolutely will. I had somebody come over from Solar City. I wasn't convinced that it was worth it at the time.
Huh.
Because there's certain aspects of it that just aren't there in my market, right? So, Powerwall, right? We're both familiar with that. Where the solar panels and all that. I'm not in it for the beta test. I want it to be, ready to go,
Yeah.
like in it, and then
You don't
I'll do
want
it.
to
Of
be
course,
the
I'll
early
do it.
adopter. You want the refined product.
No. And I'd see if I was the early adopter, and like 2 years later, like I realized that I could get rid of panels and just have like roof tiles that looked like panels. I'd be so pissed off. So I'm glad
so
I didn't do it.
You don't want to buy the Tesla Roadster. You want to buy the Teslas that are out now.
Yeah, I want the one that's $30,000, well equipped.
Yeah.
It's fine because but I mean, the sooner that technology is made, more available, cheaper, subsidies, everything like that, the better. I mean, it's the sort of thing, even if it's putting us out at a cost, even if you're getting like a $5,000 or whatever it is tax credit, across the country, that would have huge savings in energy and huge savings worldwide. I mean, it could disrupt the entire global energy market in terms of making things more affordable for places where they can't afford their electricity.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Just leapfrog
Oh, we're
everything.
100% synchronization, Cthulhu. 100%
I know.
to the frame. Oh my God!
I think it depends on which
we just
screen
need
you
to-
look on.
We just kept saying, we've always said we're just going to go build our little commune someplace together.
By a nuclear silo. Christian, you're a little off, but you're close enough. You're like 2
I
frames
know,
ahead.
It's okay. I'm from Germany. I'm waving all the way from Germany.
It's that jet lag.
Yeah, it's light speed delay. We're far away. So I would say vote for us.
I mean, look, vote for anime.
Yeah, vote for anime. Vote for
Vote for
nuclear
anime 20.
submarines, spaceships, and vote for picking somebody else who knows how to deal with the government.
I promise I won't do anything too stupid.
That's already a lot more.
No. But here's the thing: you're gonna start World War III over anime.
No.
No, not at first.
No, I mean, no. World War III will only happen if they keep producing that Moe garbage.
Exactly. They're gonna continue to produce it. So
look, they could.
World War III.
All right,
horrible
here's the deal. They could produce it. They just can't put it in a place where I'm going to see it.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be
That's
censored.
fine.
Just put it somewhere else and make
That's a
more
good idea.
good anime.
Yeah.
Could you imagine me at the pullback? We need better anime. Look, I've got Gen Y under my thumb. Okay.
We hit a hot topic there with Shepard.
Back in my day, there was only good anime. Now it's all moe crap. The only good anime is Haikyuu, and it's about boys playing volleyball. I need more anime like that.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next episode because I
need those guys working 24/7.
Because I too have strong opinions about anime, especially
I'm
about
taking
the
NASA's
remake
budget and I'm
of,
putting it towards Haikyuu.
especially about the remake of Ghost in the Shell. So see you next time around, and I hope you join next time. And wish you, as always, good luck and good hunt.
None of
Down
that
with
is for the
anime.
show, guys. These are all my real feelings.
I know. This is
I mean,
real.
I'd be a reasonably good politician. I mean, I've got a master's degree in economics. I mean, I at
Yeah,
least understand
that's
the
true.
basics of business.
It's true.
Feeling like you're always carrying around a powder stone? Squatty Potty. Take a load off. Brought to you by Squatty Potty.